What is going on, people? Welcome to episode 17 of the Major Plays Sports Betting Podcast. I am your host, Mike Clean, aka Major Plays, and I am joined here with my co-host, LaPops.
What's up, brother?
What's happening, my man?
You look good.
We look great.
The setup is great.
We are dressed up. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Likewise, man.
It's-
Merry Christmas.
Wow, what a year it's been, huh?
Yeah.
A year not to really celebrate, but if you did get through it and your family's healthy, that's what's celebratory, huh? Not the year, but at least being healthy in here,
That
huh?
wasn't all too bad.
Yeah, well, we're lucky. We're fortunate. There's a lot of people out there
True,
that weren't, and
I feel bad for him.
hopefully this is at least a one day a year that people can come together and still celebrate. And, we're bringing some enjoyment to them, huh? Major Play Sports Betting Podcast. Tune in with your families. Get us on the TV while everybody's eating dinner.
Gather around the Christmas table and tune in on us.
Open your gifts while listening to us. Come on, look at the setup we brought for you guys. We are holly, we are jolly, and it is a beautiful Merry Christmas special for this week 16 of the NFL season. Come on.
We're coming down.
It's
Final weeks.
dwindling down. We have tons to cover, but we are going to try our best to keep this episode as short as possible. This is not the week where anybody wants to listen to us for an hour and a half. I don't even want to listen to myself talk for an hour and a half. Shut up, get to it.
I'm going to tell you that a few times during this show.
If I'm past 3 minutes of my spiels, just cut me off and throw me to the curb and you take over. Let's get right into it. First off, starting off with our Week 15 recap. Parlays went 1 for 2. Did no teasers. First week I did not do a teaser in a while. Straight plays 2 and 2. Props 1 and 2. Result plus 4.9 for 2 units.
Another good week for you.
Third consecutive week plus units. We hit a 5-unit max parlay on Sunday. Thursday was rough. Monday was awful with the Steelers, but Sunday was great. Went undefeated, baby. A nice NFL sweep. It was beautiful. A 5-unit max parlay, 2 straight up plays, extremely selective. And if we would have bet on those damn Bears and the Cowboys, I'll tell you right now,
You were thinking about it.
that would have been 2 great money line parlays, man. I still can't get over it. You know what I also can't get over? How illegal it should be to look this good.
Your flow's rocking right now.
God, I am just feeling great. The flow.
I just want to touch it.
It's nice
Can I
and
get a little
soft.
touch? Can I get a little touch?
Go for it. It's nice. It's going to give you good luck. Come on.
Oh, okay. Rub your bald.
Look at Look at this set. I can't get over how great this episode is going to be. Do you have anything to say about your recap?
It was all over the place. Not good. It's still here. Didn't shave.
You know what? Hey, pour yourself a nice glass of eggnog. Pour yourself a nice glass of eggnog.
My cup's gone.
Oh, God. Well,
We'll save this for later. I'll
just drink it out of the carton. We're sipping some nice eggnog. Pour yourself a nice glass of eggnog. We're getting right into this week 16 card here. So pour yourself up a nice glass of eggnog.
Market pantry from your local Target.
And, let's just get right into this card, man. Let's get right in.
Are we going to take a sip?
Oh, yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. That is a good cup of nog.
First one of the year.
Let's get into this card. We have a Christmas Day NFL special on. They moved the game from Thursday to Christmas Day on Friday.
This is a first, isn't it?
They've played on Christmas before, but it was either on Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, so now, in the year of many different days of football, now we have football on Friday, NFL on Friday. So here we go. Minnesota Vikings taking on New Orleans Saints. Saints looking at -6.5 favorites, over and under 51. Saints looking at -295 on the money line. Vikings looking at +250. Vikings coming off a tough loss, pretty much was their season against the Bears. Bears got it done. Bears are still alive. Minnesota is still technically alive, but they're not. Saints coming off a tough loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. They ended up covering the 3 spread in a last, garbage time pretty much touchdown. It was a pretty close game, but Chiefs took care of business. I can't see any which way that the Saints don't win this game and that they don't cover.
Yeah, Vikings. You said they still have a chance somehow.
Somehow, some way. There's many teams that still have a chance, but let's be honest.
I don't see it.
Let's be honest. I don't see them beating the Saints. I think the Saints are at home. I think that defense is going to take care of business, and I think it's going to be a nice Christmas day. Santa Claus is going to be nice to the Saints fans, and sadly, the Vikings fans are going to be getting cold this year, man. That's
Vikings
it.
fans haven't had much to cheer about.
They haven't. It's. I feel bad for him. I really do. But do you think there's any way in hell that the Vikings can cover 6.5? Because that's really what we need to discuss here. There's nothing on the money line, and I don't think the Vikings win. So that plus 250, they can keep it.
I like the spread on the Saints, honestly. And
At minus
bigger
6.5
game for them.
Yeah, at minus 6.5. And let's discuss playoff picture. They have now moved out of the first spot. The Packers have taken over, and they have the tiebreaker between them. So the Saints need to win out, and they need to hope that the Packers either lose this week to the Titans or next week to the Bears. So they have more to play for. I think they cover the spread here. I really, really do. I think there is going to be some distractions with it being Christmas Day, though. So maybe look for a slow start. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think about that over and under 51? I would say under.
Mine's 50.5 yet. You'd say over? I like it too.
I would say under.
It depends how. You would say under.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 50.5 now as well.
It is mine always updating, yours does it.
Yeah, I know. What do you think, though?
I like the over. I mean, I keep saying. Well, I like the over, honestly.
You like the over.
Just depending how.
Christmas Day, a lot of scoring.
Yeah, and I think it will be a slow first half though as well. Breeze is still a little rusty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I agree.
They'll fling it.
You think so?
They'll fling it.
It really all depends on how much you are betting on the Vikings to score, and I think the Saints defense is going to step up here, but I'm not going to bet the over and under. I am just going to probably be on that spread.
6.5. Me too.
Yeah. Moving on to Saturday, Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Detroit Lions. Buccaneers looking at minus 9.5 favorites, over and under 53.5. Buccaneers looking at minus 435 on the money line. Lions looking at plus 350 on the money line. Tom Brady did it again to the Falcons. He did it again. Down 17 at half. No points on the board for the Buccaneers. They score 31 in the second half and take care of business against Atlanta. And I said it last podcast. I am going to take the Buccaneers on my parlay every single week for the rest of the season.
They nearly gave us a damn heart attack.
They did, but I'm telling you right now.
I like the schedule, yeah.
I love the schedule. I don't see them losing another game this regular season now. So 2 more games left. I'm definitely putting the Buccaneers money line on my parlay, but at minus 435, not getting much return there. Do you think they beat the Lions by 9.5?
I definitely do.
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree. I think that this defense and this offense need to start, and they need to start in the first quarter. They got us. I mean, a lot of their wins this year have been climbing from behind.
Yeah, they finally got a deep ball to Antonio Brown.
Well, yeah. I mean, Tom has no choice. Arians is forcing him to throw it deep. It's never been Tom's game, but if he can succeed and do it, and they can do it well, power to him. Hopefully they've met in the middle, but they got to get it right, and I think that this is the game that they play a complete game against a struggling Detroit Lions team, even though they have played a little bit better with their new coach.
Their running back coming back?
Swift? Or you mean Tampa?
Tampa.
Ronald Jones?
Yeah.
I think he is still on the COVID list.
He is.
Mm-hmm. I think he is still on the COVID list. But
He's
Fournette,
big for them.
He is big. He is big. Fournette, hasn't really played a lot this year. So I look for him to, he got one game under his belt, and hopefully he gets going. Hopefully he gets going and can have a good game, because when that run game is going, Brady is way more effective.
So
I like Tampa Bay.
Yeah, nothing else popping out to me either. But
No.
except that spread.
Yeah,
Cover 9.5.
and even the total points, 53.5. Yeah, it's kind of high. You trust the Lions to score?
You never know with those. I was gonna say something else. Just call them jerks.
Yeah, you really never know. I'm not even going to touch on totals much the rest of the show.
Set up, beautiful.
Isn't it nice? It's so aesthetically pleasing. I mean, God,
We're gonna make about 4 or 5 references.
easy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You could turn us on like the damn U-Log, like the little fireplace thing on the TV.
Yeah.
Just, if you don't want to listen to us, just mute us and watch. That's how nice this looks. I know I'm going to on Christmas. I can't wait to get us up on the TV for the whole family to listen to. And I'm going to make them listen. Everybody quiet. Well, Pops is talking. Moving on to the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals looking at -5.5 favorites. Over and under is 49.5. Cardinals looking at -230 on the money line. 49ers looking at +195 on the money line. 49ers finally, after 3 weeks of them being mislined, they're finally no longer the favorites. I don't know what warranted it for 3 weeks, but finally we see them being underdogs once again, where I feel that they should have always been. Nick Mullins is their quarterback. They're depleted. They got tons of injuries. I don't understand it. I really, really don't. 49ers lost against the Cowboys last week. They fought back towards the end of the game, but the Cowboys took care of business, 41-33. And the Arizona Cardinals defeated the Eagles, which that was a pretty tough game as well. And realistically, I look for them to take care of business again here against the 49ers. I just don't see any which way where the 49ers win this game. I think Arizona needs it more. They're sitting at 8-6. The 49ers are done. Are they officially eliminated? Let me
They
look.
gotta be. They're like 5-8 or 6 or 5-9.
Yeah, they are officially eliminated at 5-9. Arizona's,
records.
yeah, you and your records, man. You know all the standings. It's amazing. Arizona's sitting at third in that division, sitting at 8-6, still fighting. I look for them to take care of business here.
Yeah, they're finding their stride.
They
Last
are.
2 weeks, man.
Yeah, they had.
And this is the time, man, where the better teams just show up.
I agree with you, man. Yeah, I agree with
And
you.
-5.5 is so doable for the Cardinals.
You think they cover that spread?
I do.
Yeah, I would like to believe that they would. I really would.
I would too.
I do like them to get the win though on that money line.
That money line is pretty intriguing too.
But it's always tough going against Shanahan, man. I mean, even though we faded the 49ers for the last 3 weeks, it's still tough going against him schematically. That's a nice word, ain't it? Must be it must be the scenery. It's bringing out. It must be the turtleneck. I tell you, I'm bringing this shit back. I feel like the turtleneck doesn't get enough respect these days, huh?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
But this is nice too.
Come on,
This
gentlemen.
is my date sweater.
I like
Whenever
it.
I go on a
Two
date.
nice mooses coming together, a little smoochy smooch. It's great. It's great. Look at this turtleneck. Come on.
like
Come
the-
on, gentlemen. Put yourself a nice sweater on for Christmas. Take your lady out. If you don't have one, go find one. You know? Take them out with a nice
clothing
sweater
show
on.
or a sports show?
I don't know. You know, you might get a nice sweater for Christmas. I'm telling them what to do with it.
So final. I like the spread. The spread on this -5.5.
I do too. Yeah, I like the Cardinals there. I definitely wouldn't attach it to a parlay. I like the Cardinals to get the win. That might be on a parlay. It might be a teaser spot, honestly, for me.
If you're a little wary, I would just say do the money line. 230 is not
Money line.
bad.
Or tease it. Do a 7-point teaser. And
Yeah.
you're looking at like plus 2.5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or plus 1.5. Sorry, my math is bad. Moving on to the Miami Dolphins versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Dolphins looking at -3, over and under is 48. Dolphins looking at -157 on the money line. Raiders looking at +138 on the money line. Dolphins did take care of business versus the New England Patriots. First time the New England Patriots are not going to be in the playoffs since 2008, which was when Matt Castle was the starting quarterback over there the year Brady went down. It started slow. Belichick had Tua's number in the first half. Typical Belichick first rookie. But they ended up getting it done. Raiders coming off a tough overtime loss to the Chargers. The Chargers handed them that game. They absolutely handed it to them. They missed field goals. They should have got it done. But they didn't. That defense cannot stop a nosebleed. They can't. They're really, really bad. And I can't believe I've really progressed from a money line parlay better to now spreads kind of better this season. I'm on the Dolphins -3 here. I think they take care of business, even though we've seen the Raiders show up and kill us in spots that they shouldn't.
That's what I was about to say, and I'm just not sold on the Dolphins yet. I'm just something about them.
Still?
I've never bet them this season, man. Can you believe it?
I'm with you. I really haven't bet them that much either, but they're 11-3 against the spread, so we're a bunch of bozos.
That's why we're losing. I don't know, man. I feel like this is one of those games the Raiders are just going to show up and screw things up like they always do.
They very well could.
They could.
And you won't.
You're here to screw it up again.
Yeah, and they're sitting at what, 7-7 standings, guy?
Yeah.
7-7. They're sitting at 7-7.
Standings guy.
Hey, you know them all, man. It's amazing. I quizzed this guy for like 3 or 4 teams. He knew them. Not even looking at it.
I'm
like the
staying away
Dolphins.
from this game completely.
I probably will too, or it might be a teaser spot with the Cardinals and the Dolphins. Get some plus points. I mean,
Or a live better.
Or a live bet, yeah. You've been very successful with those live bets, man. Miami Dolphins, you take a 7-point teaser, you're looking at Miami Dolphins +4. You're not going to take that? Come on. Everybody and their grandmother would take that. I don't think there's really much else to say about the game. I think that Raiders defense is really weary. I think that if there's a time for Tua to get, his shit together, it would be against this defense. And Miami is looking really good, man. I mean, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're sitting in that 7th seed right now. I mean, they've looked good. They've looked bad. I like them to take care of business here. I don't think that the Raiders are a team, obviously, that the NFL would love them to be in the playoffs, but
It's coming down between the Ravens and the Dolphins.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm going on a little spiel here, but I mean, it's probably the toughest game on this Saturday slate, no doubt. I'm probably staying away, but follow on Twitter to see.
Probably of the whole week. There's a couple other tough games, but
There is, man.
This is ranked number 3 for me. Tough games of the week.
Number 3.
Yeah. There's two other tough.
Yeah, you're right. This is a rather tough slate for Week 16, but like we said, this is the time of the year where the best teams are supposed to win, and they predominantly take care of business.
Yeah, but I'm not sold on the Dolphins yet.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Staying away.
Moving on to the Sunday slate. Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Excuse me. Colts looking at -2. Over and under is 44.5. Colts looking at -122 on the money line. Steelers looking at +107 on the money line. Steelers were absolutely embarrassed on Monday Night Football going against the Bengals. And the Colts took care of business against the Texans. And, I would love to sit here and say that I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers +2 or take them on the money line +107. But, I mean, that was scary. I was in shock watching the Pittsburgh Steelers operate against the Bengals.
You texted me. Like, are you watching this game right now?
I couldn't believe it. And it was the day that Big Ben Roethlisberger said he's coming back for another year. You better contemplate that, buddy. I love him. Don't get me wrong. He's a Hall of Famer. But my God, it was awful. They couldn't move the ball. The Bengals defense looked like the damn 85 Bears. They were getting turnovers left and right. I mean, they jacked Juju up so bad, they sent him back to his rookie year. I can't believe how they showed up, and I don't see how they take care of business. I would love to say it. I think they're due for a win, but they got one of the toughest schedules to end the year, and I cannot bet against the Colts right now. I can't. I'm probably staying away from the game. Colts are on a 3-game win streak.
My favorite thing is probably the over on this whole thing.
The 44.5. You love taking the overs in those really low numbers.
I do. Especially if this game is the second hardest game of the week.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a toughie, for sure. I really don't know what to do with it.
We got 90% of people got me thinking Steelers bounce back win, right? Not 90, but
man, a sharp bettor is probably going to take Pittsburgh plus the 2, just because it's Mike Tomlin, it's Big Ben Roethlisberger. They're coming off 3 straight losses. They got to get this win. They got to will their way. They were embarrassed on Monday Night Football. But the Colts are a comparable good team, and every time we seem to want to fade the Colts, they come back to bite us. But we did see them their last game. Their last loss was against the Titans. If Pittsburgh can run the ball against them and get some play action going, and Big Ben can shape up and look like he actually can start in the NFL again, it was bad, man. I mean, I'm sorry to badmouth Big Ben if any Steelers fans are watching. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. I have his jersey. But it was abysmal to watch. It was abysmal to watch. I mean, these are Super Bowl contenders, and you're losing against the Bengals. Don't get me started. I can't wait to talk about the damn Rams. Oh, God.
So
what's your final take? I'm off the game.
Off the game.
I'm off the game completely. It's too close to call.
I don't like it.
I agree. It's way, way, way too close to call. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City looking at minus 10.5 favorites over and under 54. Chiefs looking at minus 500 on the money line. Falcons looking at plus 400 on the money line. Chiefs took care of business against the Saints, and the Atlanta Falcons blew another 17-point lead to a Tom Brady team, which we already touched upon pretty much both of those.
You told me earlier you're going to take the money line on the Falcons.
I was just going to say that. I'm not looking to fade the Chiefs here. I'm not. But if I was to bet this game, I would bet the Chiefs minus 10.5, and I would throw a half unit or quarter unit spot just on that Falcons plus 400, just in case if it hits. Because we've seen these Falcons show up in spots periodically where they're not supposed to show up. The Chiefs are on a insane win streak. Let me look up and see how many they've won in a row. They've only lost one game all year. They've won 9 in a row. Isn't it about that time to, you think they're going to go 15-1? They're certainly capable of it. But do you think that after a big win against the Saints, isn't it kind of one of those spots? We've missed the Jets. We missed it. One of those spots. We missed the Eagles the week before, plus 360.
Yeah.
Against the Saints.
Is this Jaguars one of the, didn't.
Jaguars almost did. Remember against the fight of the Vikings last week. It was a terrible call by us. I apologize if anybody followed it. I didn't even take my own advice on that one. You did.
It was over at halftime.
What do you think?
I don't like it.
It's a tough call. We've seen these Chiefs let down in spots where they're supposed to cover. It's double. It's.
I don't like the spread.
Double digits.
I don't like the over/under, and I don't like the money line payouts.
You don't like the Falcons plus 400 as a shot?
No.
You don't go against Mahomes.
I don't see it happening.
If it hits, I'm going to be a genius. If it doesn't hit, I'm going to look like an absolute Idiot.
If the game's close, at least you'll look.
I'll look halfway decent.
Halfway decent.
Yeah, I mean, in Kansas City, they really shouldn't lose. But, holiday weekend, they're sitting at, 13-1, 14-1?
13-1.
13-1? Come on, a little bit of a letdown spot, possibly. Why not? A Falcons team that really has nothing to play for but their contracts. They want to be employed next year, man. I don't know. It should be a clear-cut Chiefs all the way. But that minus 500, we've been burned on throwing big money lines on parlays like that. The Chiefs should be a sure bet, but it's nine wins in a row, man.
I don't think there's ever a sure bet.
There's no such thing as a sure bet anymore. Because I said last week I took 2 parlays. I did my 5-unit parlay, and then I did the exact same parlay, teams, but I just added the Pittsburgh Steelers on it. But that was low units. It was like a DraftKings $25 special. And I said, just get me to the Steelers, and it's a for sure win. And look what happened. The 5-unit max play cashes, and then, whatever. Moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Houston Texans. Texans looking at minus 8.5 favorites over and under 46. Texans looking at minus 420 on the money line. Bengals looking at plus 300 on the money line. Bengals shocked the world against Steelers. And, the Houston Texans did not take care of business against the Colts. And they're just in a world of hurt this year. Lost 27-20.
Season.
Very disappointing season. And, I can't trust them to cover 8.5. I can't trust the Bengals to, show up again.
It's another.
Completely off the game, and I don't even think that there's anything to really talk about.
Maybe I would do plus 8.5 Cincinnati. Keep
Possibly
it close.
cover.
Yeah, I just don't see Houston running away. Just gonna be a boring.
It's be 2 bad teams,
Two
man.
bad teams.
2 bad teams, and we have seen the Texans run away with the game on Thanksgiving. We got burned by them.
That's a snooze fest.
I just don't. It is, man. I just don't want to be on the wrong side of a Houston Texans bet. I think you're dancing with the devil if you want to bet on 2 bad teams like this on week 16. Goodbye. Next. Hey, that might be our quickest game ever. Moving on to the Chicago Bears versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bears looking at minus 7. Over and under 47. Bears looking at minus 360 on the money line. Jaguars looking at plus 295 on the money line. Jaguars have Minshew back, but they did not show up against the Ravens whatsoever. Ravens made a statement. Welcome back, Baltimore. I guess you could say they did go against the Jaguars, but whatever. Bears took care of business against Minnesota Vikings, and they look like a team that can do something with Mitchell Trubisky now back at quarterback.
And
shocking to say.
Montgomery's been running like crazy
Montgomery
too.
has been a dog, bro. I mean, he single-handedly helped my one buddy cruise through the fantasy playoffs, and he won his championship. Him, and he had Diggs on his team. His team was sitting at 6-6 on the year and did not get the bye and beat the 4th overall seed, me, the 1st overall seed, and then the 2nd overall seed. It was an unbelievable run. And, Montgomery has been running the ball fantastic. Trubisky's, doing his thing. I just can't trust the Bears to cover 7. You just never know what team is going to show up, and you can't bet with them and you can't bet against them. If I'm going to be on something here, I'm probably going to be on the Jaguars plus 7, and that's simply because I can't trust the Bears to score.
Jacksonville's run defense isn't very good. Does Montgomery keep it up?
You'd like to think so, and does the Bears defense keep the Jaguars offense in check? They should. I mean, they keep every other offense pretty much in check.
I got the Bears keep rolling on this one.
You like them on the spread?
I think, yeah. You know what? I think they're going to win this on the spread, but they're going to get decimated next week by the Packers. Playoff hope's done.
Sounds about right. Go, Pack, go.
I think they cover the spread, though.
I agree with you, buddy. I agree with you. I just personally can't do it.
I'm not going to do it either, but if I had to.
We had to. We always say it, if we have to. Like
I've got like 2 locks so far from the games we've done.
Yeah. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at Christmas Day and the Bucks on that Saturday.
That's what I got
card. Yeah, right now. I have not seen anything else to add thus far on the show. This is a tough game with the Bears and the Jaguars. It's going to be close, and I think it's right where it should be at that 7th spot. If you believe in the Bears and you think they're going to continually get it done, I could see them pushing.
I don't see their playoff hopes being evaporated by the Jaguars.
I would certainly hope not, but I'm betting. I'm looking at just simply the number.
Yeah.
What do you think the score is? Do you think it's 28-14? I mean, 8. They got to win by 8. They got to win by 8, and we've seen the Jaguars be comparable on offense. Their defense can show up at times. Look what they did to the Packers. Kept them in check. Tough spot. Tough spot with the Bears. Always is. No more.
No more.
And that's my analysis. Moving on to the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets. Browns looking at -9.5, over and under 47. Browns minus 455 on the money line. New York Jets plus 360 on the money line. Jets coming off a huge win against the Rams. I'm so tired of the Rams, man. I'm so tired of hearing about how great Sean McVay is and how great that team is. Just put that opinion and throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. You just
There's
lost.
Probably no other team you wanted the Jets to win off of, either them or the Bears.
Oh, the Bears, yes. Oh God, I was really irked that we didn't even think about putting money on that money line. But the Rams were sitting at minus 1,600. 1,600. The Jets were like plus 5 or 600. It was insane. And they got the win. It's going to be their only win of the year. They can't even tank right.
Wasn't the spread like 17 or something?
17.
Yeah.
They can't even tank right. Congratulations, you just lost Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I see that.
And that's another thing.
Now the Jags got...
But the Jags like Minshew. But Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. So maybe that's another thing to play into the Bears game now going against the Jaguars. The Jaguars were competing because they thought, okay, well, we won one game. We're screwed. We're not going to get that first pick. But now they're in a position to get Trevor Lawrence. But then again, is Minshew going to sit back and say, okay, I'll be the backup, or you can ship me off to another team? Weary spot in that Bears game, going back to that. But on this game, I love the Browns. I love the Browns to take care of business. I love them to cover this spread. I don't think there's a chance in hell that the Jets compete in this game. I think the Browns take care of business. They are locked. They are loaded.
This is huge for the Browns. This could be their first division title in how long, dude?
God, I don't even know. I wish we would have looked that up before the show. I love the Browns. I love what they're doing. Even though they lost against the Ravens, they showed that they can compete. They took care of business last week against the Giants on Sunday Night Football, which I cashed on. I love the Browns in this spot. They are 100% on my card, and that money line is also going to be on my card as well with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So looking at two spread and money line double ups for me. I love the Browns. I love what they're doing, and with the Steelers losing and potentially losing again this week, their games are going to be going on at the same time, so they won't know. But you bet your bottom dollar you're going to have some towel boy having the Steelers score on that sideline. They're going to be checking because they know that they have a shot from not making the playoffs to winning that division. The Steelers open the door, and the Browns are going to take care of business the rest of the year. They're going to push Pittsburgh to win.
Took me about 12 games to really take the Browns seriously.
It did.
And I'm sold on them.
You're here.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. It's going to be good. I love it, man. I love seeing
welcome
it.
To the dog pound.
Welcome to the dog pound.
9.5. I'll take it with you.
9.5.
Let's run.
I am all over it, man. Moving on to the New York Giants versus the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens looking at minus 11 on the spread, over and under -45. Ravens looking at -590 on the money line. Giants looking at +420 on the money line. Ravens took care of business against the Jaguars, which we touched upon earlier in the show. Giants lost against the Browns, which we just touched upon. Realistically, I like the Ravens to continually roll. I think -11 is definitely doable for them. But I'm not going to place a bet on this until I see if Daniel Jones is playing. That's big. Can Colt McCoy keep up with the Ravens offense? No. No way.
He's been playing pretty okay.
I guess, but I mean, come on, you're going against the Ravens.
I know.
You're going to now if Daniel Jones is in there, this might move to 10.5. And I think that they have a shot to cover. Daniel Jones has not necessarily been great, but he hasn't been Colt McCoy. So, I mean, I don't really know if there's much more to talk about the game. I think the Ravens are starting to roll. They got to start clicking, and they're fighting. They're fighting. In the playoff picture, they're sitting at the 8th seed right now. You know, they are out.
They're getting this win.
And the pressure is on Miami right now. The pressure is on Miami, and the pressure is on, Pittsburgh. I don't think that, they're not going to win that division. It's either going to be the Browns or the Steelers. But technically, they're not out of it. They do have a shot. It's sitting at 9-5, I believe.
Jeez, you'd imagine.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah,
but they're in the playoff hunt. They're out of it as of right now. If the playoffs started today,
Yeah.
they take care of business against the Giants here. Whether they cover 11, I think, depends on Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones is in there, I'm not going to bet the spread. But that money line is also going to be on my parlay added with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Browns.
That money line?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%
That's the only thing I would do.
100% think that they take care of business.
I'm not touching that spread.
I think -11's a weary spot.
Yeah. Not feeling it. And then,
Double digits.
yeah. Scare me.
Yeah. They're always very, very tough. They're tough to cap. They're tough to take into account so many variables.
So I'll attach the Baltimore to a parlay, too.
I'm with you, buddy. God, the eggnog's good, man.
Was good.
It's good.
I think it like 2 cups a year, maybe.
2 cups. Yeah, this is actually my first actual glass of eggnog on the show this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been
this
having it in
was
my coffee. A little eggnog and the black coffee. Superb. Superb for the holidays. And you see, I got my little candy cane cup. Cheers, buddy. Name another show as festive as this. A sports betting show as aesthetically pleasing for the holiday season as this. I dare you. Put it in the comments
Waiting.
We're waiting. Hey, if somebody else has one, put it in the comments. I'd love to check it out.
Somebody
doing
comment,
what we're doing
please. Something. Just say anything.
Nobody doing what we're doing right now. This is mint. I love it. I love it. Moving on to the 3 o'clock slate. Carolina Panthers versus the Washington football team. Washington -2.5 on the spread, over and under 44.5. Washington looking at -134 on the money line. Carolina Panthers looking at +110 on the money line. I like Washington to take care of business here.
I want to know if Alex Smith is playing or not.
That is huge. That is huge if he is going to be playing. And if he is, I'm 100% on Washington here. And you know what? I mean, they didn't take care of business against Seattle, but Seattle is the better team. You would think. They did fight back in the fourth quarter. They made it interesting. And with Alex Smith, I think I would have probably been on Washington. There's something about this guy that has me believing in this Washington football team. They got a great defense, and I really think, Alex Smith, a couple years ago, pre-injury, and he's playing great right now. Mm-hmm. This is a contending team. You take Alex Smith 2-3 years ago, pre-injury, and throw him on this team with this
11-5 team.
Agreed. And possibly, if they were in a different position, they might have went out and got, one of these bigger guys, free agents that were out there. Seattle did sneak out the win. They were up the whole game, and they did hold them. But Washington creeped back in that fourth quarter, and there's something about this team the last few weeks that we have loved. And Carolina's got nothing to play for. Washington has one game lead on that division. And I just like them to get it done. And at 2.5, I'm going to wait and see if Alex Smith is playing, but I think if he is, you're looking at -3, -3.5. I think he's a hook, at least on the spread. It's not a parlay by any chance because I think that the Panthers technically could win. They could win. I could see it happening.
They're hanging around with the pack.
They hang around. Teddy Two Gloves.
Every game they hang around.
Teddy Two Gloves, man. He's always hanging around. Christian McCaffrey looks doubtful. What a season for him. Hopefully he comes back next year extremely strong. If I was the coach, I would just hold him out. You're not playing for anything. You're eliminated. Screw it. It's over. Washington football team would be my only look. And at -2.5, I like it. I like it even with Dwayne.
I don't. If he's not in, I take Carolina.
+2.5.
Yeah. If Alex Smith plays, I'm with Washington.
Hey.
That's how I roll.
Why are you on Carolina? You just think that they hang
around? They're due for a win.
You're right. But at +2.5, would you rather just take them on the money line? It's not much of a spread.
Yeah, actually, that would make better sense.
I mean, seriously, like
right.
+2.5. I mean, how many games are won by 2 points?
Right.
You might as well, if you're going to be on the Panthers, you might as well take the money line, +110.
Good point, buddy.
Maybe wild card pick of the week for you, if Alex Smith is not playing. If Alex Smith is playing, you got to be on Washington. I think majority of the public is going to be on Washington.
Bingo.
Was his name-o. Moving on to the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers looking at -3 on the spread, over and under 49. Chargers looking at -175 on the money line. Broncos looking at +150 on the money line. The Chargers snuck out a win against the Raiders on Thursday night. And now they see themselves on an afternoon game. Nice little break there for them. Herbert, they've been flirting with wins. Can't seem to close the door. They finally closed the door, barely, against the Raiders. And, the Broncos have seen games where they hang around. They're another hang-around team. Scrappy, Drew Lock. That defense is comparable, I guess you could say. I think the Chargers are a way more talented team. Got the better quarterback. I would love to sit here and say Chargers -3, but at this time of the year, I just cannot bet on two teams that are eliminated. It is a divisional game. I stay away or am very weary about divisional games, whether it's good teams or bad teams, but especially when it's bad teams. I'm like, divisional game, you have no idea what the hell is going to happen here. And I just don't feel like there's any, I mean, this might be rude to say, but I don't think that there's any need or necessary incentive to bet this game.
I think I'd rather watch paint dry than this game.
I mean, Denver did get the best of the Chargers earlier in the year, 31-30. Now, that game right there just tells you how close these two bad teams are. Whether it's strengths and weaknesses in different areas, they're close. They're bad. They're at the end of the division. They're both eliminated. Why on earth would you want to put your money on this? For what? This is a holiday weekend, people. Why sweat?
I don't
Forget
like
about
anything.
it.
I don't like anything else.
Like nothing about it. Maybe
we should have made this
our
our shortest recap of a game.
we should.
I don't like any of it. Next.
None of it. None of it. Stay away. And if you're on it, I can see someone being on it if they say, you know what, the public's not really on it, so this is a good game that I can cap and maybe Vegas doesn't have their hand in. If you're that person, power to you. Good luck. Good luck. I am far away from that game. Nothing about it is intriguing. Moving on to the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks looking at -1 over and under 47.5. Seahawks looking at -114 on the money line. Rams looking at +100 on the money line. The Rams, since 2018, are 4-1 against the Seattle Seahawks. This is Sean McVay era. This is not comparably, that's not the right word. Both teams are sort of similar, even to, back then. They're very similar systems. Pete Carroll's still the coach over there in Seattle. Still Russell Wilson, still Goff, still Sean McVay. Couple pieces here and there gone, but essentially these have been pretty similar teams throughout these last 2 or 3 years. And the Rams have had the best of Seattle.
I think I took
for the last 2 years.
Earlier in the year, I took Seattle, I think, on this game. On the money line, because I think it was like a pick 'em, so I think I took Seattle, but now I think I'm following the trend.
Dude, I'm right with you, man. I'm right with you. Let me pull up the score to that earlier in the year. Seattle lost again, and they lost 23-16. And I was right with you. We were on Seattle that game. We were. I know we were, because Seattle was looking great. Russell Wilson at the time was a favorite to be the MVP. And I think that this line is a complete over-exaggeration of what happened last week. The Rams were embarrassed. They were absolutely embarrassed. They got beat by essentially a college team. The Jets are a college football team. They're not professionals.
You're offending some colleges.
You're right. The Jets are bad. They're a bad football team. They can't tank correctly. They just lost Trevor Lawrence. Congratulations. But the Rams were embarrassed. Embarrassed. And Seattle has been struggling as of late. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed. It's been the problem all year. All year. All year, their defense has not been able to stop anybody, and that offense is looking lethargic. Another nice word in the turtleneck. Someone's got to be tallying these up as I go. These nice words as I'm sharply dressed. Something about it
is bringing your IQ levels to
I think so. I think so. Somebody get me a glass. Somebody get me some specs. I'm a nerd out over here, man. It's going to be nice.
So
wish we had more nog.
I got some right here, if you like.
You got some more? You finish it, buddy. It's all you.
I'm eggnogged out. I get eggnogged out quick.
Quick, at one glass.
Right.
I'm with the Rams. On the
Rams, money line?
Yeah. Yeah, +1 is a push or a tie.
It's a joke.
It's a joke, yeah. It's a push or a tie. You're basically you're fighting for there. On a tie, you would win.
Rams keep the trend alive, baby.
Rams keep the trend live, and I think that Seattle. And I'm going to throw that money line. Actually, I guess it could be my wild card pick of the week if I don't pull the trigger on the Falcons and be a daring man. Seattle is just looking lethargic on offense, man, and it's the truth. They're not moving the ball well. I mean, I know Washington's a very good defense, but so are the Rams. They got embarrassed, and I always look for a bounce back spot against these supposedly good teams. I love those bounce back spots. And you lose against the Jets, that's the ultimate bounce back spot. And looking at the playoff picture here.
I mean, since 2018, teams are pretty similar since then. So
yeah, they've had their number.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the same thing that we've seen the last couple weeks against certain teams with certain schemes. The 49ers are simply a bad matchup for the Rams. And they've had their number for the last 2 years. And we saw Nick Mullins beat the Rams earlier on a couple weeks ago. The Rams seem to have Seattle's number. And the Rams are sitting in the 5 spot right now in the playoff hunt. They got a chance to be first in the division. I like the Rams here, man, and I'm gonna take that money line in a bounce back spot from a team that just got embarrassed nationally across the NFL. You know how many teams laughed at that team after being beaten by the Jets? Probably every NFL player that was not on the Rams. Their own coaching staff probably had a chuckle at the end of it. Could you imagine, the friends and family busting balls at the end of that week? You just lost against a high school team? Come on. It's bad.
You might be even defending some high school teams for crying out
A
loud.
couple state champions, yeah, they're pissed off. They're done watching our show. I'm telling you, man, I'm with the Rams all the way.
Nah, I'm riding with you. I can't win a bet, so I'm just gonna ride with you.
Stop parlaying, man. You want to make $17,000 a weekend. Stop it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I will say it is a divisional game, and it could be close. So, I'm not going to put a lot of units on that game. It is going to be a single bet. It's not going to be a parlay. It is going to be a single straight up play in that 3 o'clock slate. Moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles looking at -2. Over and under is 49.5. Eagles looking at -132 on the money line. Cowboys looking at +115 on the money line.
This is gonna be a fun game.
This is going to be a really fun game, and it's for that division. They keep fighting, man. They keep fighting for that division.
Yeah, and these teams since like just 2 weeks ago are just completely different than what they were.
True.
Dalton's playing out of his mind.
He is. Ever since that win
And
against
you got-
Minnesota.
Yeah, and then you got the rookie in the Eagles playing pretty damn good too.
We said it on the pod.
Yeah.
He presents a different Eagles team due to his ability to move in and out of the pocket and do it with speed and quickness. That was your problem. Your weakness was the offensive line on the Philadelphia. It's not Wentz. It's not Wentz's fault. I mean, their wide receivers are, not the best because they've had injuries and stuff like that, but still comparable guys over there. Run game has been decent. Miles Sanders is good. Your problem is the offensive line. Wentz had 1.1 seconds to throw. I mean, it's a joke, but it's true. He had no time to throw. And now you give me a mobile quarterback that can also throw, that can move in and out of the pocket and rush. He's creating plays, and that's something that Wentz cannot do efficiently on his feet as well as Hurts. You're 100% correct that both of these teams look way different than they have a couple weeks ago. Is Ezekiel Elliott going to play for the Cowboys? He was out last week. Pollard did take over. He looked pretty damn good. Cowboys took care of business against the 49ers. And the Eagles lost a tough game against the Cardinals. Cardinals are a better team. This is another tough divisional game, and I get weary about those types of spots. Eagles just got it done against the Saints a few weeks back. The Cowboys still have not beat really anybody good.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
It's a very tough
I think
one.
I'm staying off.
I'm probably going to stay off as well, or maybe a teaser. And if I was to tease this game, I would probably tease the Cowboys.
Give them like +5 or something.
Yeah, if it's a 6 or 7 point teaser, even a tenner. Now you're giving me the Cowboys +12. Do I think that the Eagles cover 12? Probably not. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I think the line is right where it should be. I really, really do. But if I'm going to bet this spread, I might go the Eagles. I might go Hurts, the rookie, getting it done, fighting. I think the Eagles are just grittier. Not the Cowboys just...
I think
they're
the
entitled.
Eagles do. Yeah, I guess you're right.
The Cowboys are so entitled, man.
I think the Eagles pull out of the NFC East.
Over Washington. They could with Hurts, man. They could. I'm still on Washington, especially if Alex Smith is going to be the guy, if he's going to be back with that calf injury. But yeah, I think it should be the Eagles and I don't know, America's team, the entitlement of the Cowboys. I don't know. Tough game, divisional game. Be wary. Be wary. I do not have an official play on this at all. I think we covered enough.
Game of the week.
Tough game.
This next one.
Yeah, this one. This one is going to be fun to watch as both of us are Packers fans. Sunday night.
Not really.
You're not a Packers fan?
No. Not a fan of anybody.
True. True. More of a player guy. Both player guys. But, me and the Packers. I know you. You know me. Sunday night football. Tennessee Titans versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers looking at -3.5. Over and under 56. Packers looking at -175 on the money line. Titans looking at +150 on the money line. Packers coming off a good win against the Panthers on Saturday night.
Not good. It's all right.
It was all right. Yeah, you're right. It was all right. They still got it done. 24-16. It was all right. You're right. It was an all right win.
And the Titans steamrolled the Lions.
Yes, and the Titans completely steamrolled the Lions, and we were talking about this game before we came on here, and I think the game really comes down to, and you said this. I'm not going to take credit. Derrick Henry. If he can run all over this Packers defense,
and he will.
It's going to be trouble.
He will. 2 touchdowns, 133 yards.
Yeah, I there's nothing in my analysis.
And we never give Tannehill credit either. He's playing his mind out.
He is playing really well. The whole Titans team is playing really well.
I'm a big fan of Tannehill.
They're getting hot at the same time they did last year, which is dangerous. But the Packers have a lot to play for. Packers just moved in with the Saints losing that game on Sunday. They move into the first spot in the NFC, which is the only spot that gets a bye this year. It's no more 2 teams get a bye, only 1 with this new playoff picture due to COVID. Or why did they change it because of COVID? They're still going to get a full 17 weeks in. It's so
I don't get it either.
Weird, honestly, but it is a little bit more competitive.
They blame everything on COVID.
I know. And they're probably going to keep it the same way next year.
Yeah, I like it. More chances, a
little bit more competitive, and realistically, should the 2 seed get a bye? I don't know, kind of cheap. But the Packers did move in. They beat the Saints. They have the tiebreaker, and they kind of need to win out to secure that. And if they're tied with the Saints, they do get the tiebreaker because they do have the head-to-head matchup. But I know the Packers, and they want to win this game because they have the Bears next, and that is going to be a hard-fought game, of course. Bears are going to be, those 2 teams always, the history behind them. This is a really tough game to look at because of Derrick Henry, because the Packers defense is soft. They're a soft bunch. I'd like to think that Aaron Rodgers can air out the ball and beat the Titans himself. That Titans defense has been weary. We saw them get obliterated by the Browns. Passing attack. Obliterated. And if they show up with that same type of urgency, also on a holiday week, playing Sunday night, coming off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, hanging out with the family, now you got to fly to Green Bay, whereas everybody in Green Bay is at home, chilling. They go to practice, they, drive a couple minutes, and they're right in, where they live, spending time with their family. They're at home, and that's a lot to be said about this card that we didn't actually touch upon, is home teams that were home last week. They're going to be a lot more comfortable coming into their game this week with it being a holiday. Something to take into consideration, and for that reason, I'm on the Packers to win this game.
You haven't changed my mind?
I don't expect to, but
I got Tennessee on the money line.
Tennessee on the money line.
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Wild card pick of the week.
Why not, man? At plus 150, man. I mean, it's not a bad look. And it's good that we're on, 2 sides of it, because the viewers are, they can pick whichever side they want to be on. I'm going to go with the Packers on Sunday Night Football, man. But I can definitely see the Titans winning this game. And for the first week in a while, the Packers or the Chiefs are not going to be on my parlay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we had the Titans in there for a while, too.
We did. I just like I like the Packers as possibly a straight up bet, but nowhere in any of this game, none of this game do I want on a parlay. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It's gonna be a great game to watch. And these Sunday night, Monday night games have been so weird. They've been so weird. It's been really, really tough to get a read on. Moving on to the Monday night game, Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. Bills looking at -7, over and under 46. Bills looking at -305 on the money line. Patriots looking at +255 on the money line. Bills are a force to be reckoned with right now, man.
Yeah, your dad was right.
They're the hottest team in the NFL right
Patriots suck.
now. He was right, man. They are bad. Cam Newton has now he owns the longest streak of one or no touchdowns in consecutive games.
Jesus. What was it at?
It's like 17 games or
Holy
something like
cow.
that, man. It's it
wild
might
to
even
think
be
about.
longer than that. Let me read it actually. It's right
That's
here.
wild.
17 straight starts with one or fewer passing touchdowns.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, the
It's
man.
like a cactus on his head.
It is, man. He's an out there guy, but
Yeah.
Bill definitely signed him with playoff aspirations. Obviously, he wanted to compete. This is the first time, as we said already in the show, that they're not going to be in the playoffs since 2008. But Bill, man, he's always got pride to play for, and he's obviously not just going to roll over. But do you want to go against the Bills right now? The Bills
Absolutely
are
not.
hot, man. I mean, they beat the Steelers, and last week they played on Saturday, and they destroyed the Broncos. They are a tough team. They are hot. They are young. They are hungry, and I like them to continue it rolling here against a struggling Patriots team with nothing to play for at this point. We haven't seen a Patriots team with nothing to play for, and if I even remember correctly, they were still in the playoff hunt with Castle all the way up until the end. I believe they finished 10-6, and somehow they just didn't make the playoffs, if my memory serves me correct.
You're right. They were 10-6.
This is the first time we haven't seen the Patriots in playoff contention in 20-something years. How are they going to respond? How are they going to look? How is Bill going to prep his team? Are they going to buy in to the sternness and just harshness of Bill Belichick, man? He pushes these guys to no end. They have no fun. They have like it is military-esque in New England, and that's what everybody says. It's you either buy in and love it and know you're going to win, or you hate it because you just want to have fun.
It's like Greg Popovich in San Antonio.
It's exactly it's those same types of coaches, man. And I just don't know how to bet on the New England Patriots in this spot. I don't.
I like the Bills -7.
I do too. I'm with you. I added it to the
Bada
card.
bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that Packers game right there is weary. I'm clicking add the Bills to my card here, and that Patriots or the Packers is staring me down. But yes, I like the Bills there -7. I think they take care of business, and I think they do it. I think they do it well.
I think they could win by 14. Double them up.
They very well could, man. The Patriots just lost against the Dolphins by 10. Patriots can't seem to score, and they're out of it. I just don't know what they have to play for. And we haven't seen this in 20-something years with the Patriots not being able to, be in contention. And I don't know how those players are going to respond. And for that, I'm on the Bills. But again, straight bet. Nowhere near am I touching this game on a parlay. Or a teaser. Meh. Staying away. So let's just give a little recap. We have not done this yet on the show, so I think that Week 16, I think we should touch upon this. The playoff picture right now, in case you don't know, looking at the AFC, we got the Chiefs at the 1 spot, Bills at the 2, Steelers at the 3, Titans at the 4, Browns at the 5, Colts at the 6, Dolphins at the 7, and on the bubble are the Ravens and the Raiders. And that's something also to be said right there that we didn't touch upon. The Bills are, they're kind of still trying to possibly get that 1 seed if the Chiefs drop 2 games. Not likely, but, that's still something that probably can motivate that locker room. And in the NFC, we have the Packers on top, Saints at the 2, Seahawks at the 3, Washington at the 4, Rams at the 5, Bucks at the 6, Cardinals at the 7, and on the bubble of the Bears, Vikings, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles. So, a lot of on the bubble teams in the NFC there. It's going to be an interesting finish to the year for some of these bubble teams. And honestly, where these top teams end up. I think the Seahawks drop. I think the Steelers drop. I think the Packers, Saints, Bills, Chiefs stay where they're at. And I think it's really on these bubble teams to show what they're made of.
Yeah.
I really think that the Seahawks and the Steelers are the two good teams that are in the most trouble right now. I really
agree,
do.
man.
I really do.
And Saints, unless Breeze starts showing he's healthy, ready to go too.
Yeah.
That's another thing to be concerned about.
Yeah. Is that arm ready to go?
Right.
How healthy are those ribs? Punctured lung. I couldn't believe he came back for the Chiefs. I get it, but still, to come back from that injury as quickly as he did, impressive. Really, really is. So now let's get to fan picks of the week. Christmas edition. We have one fan that sent in their picks for this show, and it is our guy at Sharp Dimes, sitting at 6-1 now on the podcast.
Very good.
Yes,
Very good.
6-1 on the
Let's see what he's
podcast,
got.
man. He
What did he get last?
the man is on fire with picks on this show, and it has just really been fantastic to watch. And how we haven't tailed this man, we tell everybody else to tail him, and we're not tailing him. It mind boggles me. But this man is on fire here, and his play this week is a 3-unit, 6-point teaser. He has the Saints -1.5 and the Rams +7.5. And his odds are looking at -110 on that. So I love that play, man.
Yeah.
I really, really love that play. I think it's great to get the extra help with those points, and I'm with them. I'm with them all the way. I think I'm going to tail this play. I'm 100% going to tail this play. And he actually sent the write-up. I'm gonna read it. He says, first off, if you're tailing, make sure you get the Rams piece of this at +7.5. Totally agree with him going against the Seahawks. Divisional game could be a weary spot. But at 7.5, I don't think you can pass that up. He says, first, I'll speak to the Saints side. Breeze looked a bit rusty last game, but we should see him along with this offense click back to true form. This Saints defense got a lot of pressure on Mahomes, and I also see that repeating versus Cousins. This defense is very underrated, in my opinion. Minnesota has had an up and down year, and I feel they will run out of gas in this one. 100% agree.
They're out of gas already.
I 100% agree. You let the Bears beat you. Now he moves on to the Rams. They were flat out embarrassed versus the Jets, losing outright and coughing up first place in the NFC West. I feel they were definitely looking ahead to this one, and McVay overcoached the Rams in the loss. They will be up for this game. No doubt about that. I see this game coming down to the very end, so getting +7.5 should be more than enough on the side of the teaser.
Beautiful.
Sharpie Dimes, I 100% agree with you, my man. I will be tailing your play. Will you be tailing this play?
Certainly.
We are going to be tailing you this week, my man, and I highly advise our viewers to do so as well. At Sharp Dimes, check him out in the link in the description below. Link to his Twitter profile. Check him out. He is doing fantastic in NCAA, really all sports here. NBA is coming up, and then NFL. So at Sharp Dimes, thank you again for being a part of the show. And we are tailing you, my man. We are going to be tailing you. And before we get to our recap, just want to say that we are going to be doing the pizza giveaway again this week, even though it is a holiday weekend. You might have some leftover food, so we will work with whoever wins. If they want it Monday or Tuesday or even the next week is totally fine. We're very, very flexible with working with everybody. But just be on the lookout for that tweet on Twitter. It is a simple retweet and follow if you are not following us and seeing this little clip on Twitter that I will be posting up. And Merry Christmas to you, and I hope that you win and take advantage of the giveaway. It's free pizza. It's 2 clicks. It is as simple as it
Bing
comes.
bong.
We ask nothing of you to just support the show and give us a quick view. Tell your friends. That's it. Free pizza, free pie. And everybody who's won has been very thankful, and I really appreciate you guys, taking advantage of the little promotion. We only got 2 weeks left of it, 16 and 17, and then we will be doing something different for the playoffs and Super Bowl. So we have something planned. We're not going to announce that just yet, but 2 weeks left on the pizza giveaway. So get at it. Retweet, follow. If you don't follow us yet, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know either.
Simple.
Missing out.
You're missing out. Look at this. Come on. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time here, aren't we? Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Name cappers more sharply dressed than this. Actually, I don't want to offend any cappers out there. There's a lot of great ones. We love all of you. But come on. We look good. Get your recap, buddy. What are you looking at?
Oh, my computer died out here, but
All right. Well, you get that up. And
I'm pretty much tailing you, though.
You're going to tail me pretty much on everything? All right, so let me go over then what I'm doing, and then you can say whether you're going to tail. I'll let you have your piece with the games, okay?
Well, I'll just say agree or not.
All right, sounds good. Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so first off, I'm just going to go through my straight plays here, and then, if you watch the whole episode, I did say who is going to be on my parlay, and if, I remember on here, I'm going to touch upon that as well. On Christmas Day, I love the Saints -6.5 here. I think that they cover this spot, and I am also going to have that teaser that Sharp Dimes discussed as well with the Saints -1.5 with the Rams +7.5. So I'm also going to be tailing that with the Rams attached. And I love the Saints on the money line as well. So that was one team that was on my parlay. So I'm all over the Saints here on Christmas Day. Please don't let me down. Please let me cash something on Christmas. Come on. Let the public win on this one, Vegas. Please. It's Christmas Day, for gosh sake.
Yeah, I know.
God. Moving on to the Saturday slate. Love Tampa Bay -9.5. And love that money line also on the parlay. Like I said, I'm taking Tampa Bay on my parlay the rest of the regular season. They are going to get it done, and I don't think that they lose another game. I really, really don't. So I'm all over that game, and I think that they cover the spread against the Lions. This is a get-right game for them. A complete four-quarter game by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We haven't seen it for many, many weeks now. This is the week. Cleveland Browns -9.5. All over it. And it is also going to be on my parlay, and I think that those are going to be my three teams that I put onto the parlay. I think that is going to be it. I remember what I said here. I'm all over the Saints, Buccaneers, and Browns on the money line, and I think the Browns take care of business -9.5. Jets aren't getting another win, and they're not coming close to covering. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. Washington football team is on my radar if Alex Smith is playing, and maybe if he's not. Even if he's not, I know you're not going to probably be on that side, but I might be on that side. I think that defense is good enough to get it done. I do. And Dwayne Haskins has got something to play for. He went out. He had like that little COVID incident. He got fined and everything. He feels like he let his team down. He's going to come out and show them that he's not this, loose cannon. He wants to come out. He wants to come out and show him that, he's got Alex Smith beating him out for his job. He lost his job earlier in the year. He needs to come out and play good, even if he is starting. I think I'm still going to be on Washington -2.5. Rams money line +100. I think that trend continues. That's going to be on the straight up play, and that +7.5 that Sharp Dimes had on his teaser. I'm also going to have a lot of volume. Gosh.
Yeah.
Volume, high volume again. I said it a couple weeks ago. It's going to be the last high volume week, and here I am. And then the Buffalo Bills -7. I think they take care of business as well, as we just touched upon. Monday night game. Possibly if I had a losing week, maybe I won't place this Bills bet in. But, I think that everything on this card looks good. I would certainly hope that we're in the green again 4 consecutive weeks. A good month of December is what we wanted, what we preached, what we were praying for on our hands and knees. I wrote a Christmas letter to Santa. I asked,
What'd you say?
I need a winning month, old Santa Claus. Come on. I got Christmas presents to buy,
He
man.
must have been a good boy. He listened.
Hey, that Snowball, man, he was looking. He felt bad. Send this man some wins. Come on. My family was I was at the brink of not having to give presents to anybody.
Oh my.
Tough November month. But it would be great to be in the green again. I love these spots that we're looking at. And then this Packers -3. I don't know what to do with it. It's definitely on my radar. I like betting the Packers, but it might just be a game that I sit back and watch. I don't know.
Titans money line, wild card pick of the week.
Yeah, that's your wild card pick of the week. Right now,
Yeah.
my wild card pick of the week is the Rams, and it's kind of a cheap wild card pick of the week at +100. But after these last 2 weeks of seeing the Eagles cash and the Jets cash, I said it earlier. And the Bengals cash last
Anything
week.
could happen.
I'm telling you, man, I might take a shot at the Atlanta Falcons +400 as my wild card pick of the week. Not a lot of units, half unit, quarter unit. But +400, you can't pass it up on a team that's won 9 straight after a huge emotional win, huge big win against the Saints, hard fought. It might be a look, man. It really, really might. But that is my recap of what I'm looking at on this Week 16 card. If you are watching this on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or, the day after that, I hope you're watching it at some point. Some point this holiday weekend. Tell your friends and family about us. We really appreciate it. We put a lot in time and effort into, making this show. And, obviously we have a beautiful setup here. We really appreciate everybody's support. I personally hope, and I know you personally hope as well, that everybody has a great, Merry Christmas Eve. Spend time with your family. Hope you get everything that you put on Santa's list this year. And, I hope that everybody has a fantastic holiday.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah,
Merry
man.
Christmas. Spend some time with your family. Enjoy.
Yeah, eat some good food. Play with your new electronics. Hopefully you get a PS5. How great would that be? Be nice. I got no time to play no more, but
I don't either.
we got to get one. One of us has got to get one.
We'll get one by the summer.
We have to. But, cheers, buddy. Merry Christmas. I appreciate you being on this show. Hope you and your family have a great Christmas.
Yeah, you too, man.
It's basically Christmas Eve now, man. We filmed this one late, so, Merry Christmas Eve, man. Spending it together, buddy. Yeah, I love it. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys next week for our New Year's Eve type of show, huh? It's not going to be on New Year's Eve. We have plans. We're good-looking fellas. Come on.
I don't have any plans.
You come hang out with me and my girl, man. We'll have fun. We'll have fun.
I'm down.
It'll be a great time. We can't go out this year.
We can.
We could. we could stand outside. Not gonna let us in anywhere.
Well, place down the block is open for it.
That's true.
They'll be open.
There's a couple places still open. But yes, I hope everybody has a great Christmas. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next week.
God bless.